This month in poker was genuinely insane. A sleep-deprived player who hadn't slept in nearly 20 hours outlasted a world-class field and beat one of the best pros in the game heads up. Neymar showed up to a serious online series and made not one, not two, but 3 final tables. A man came within one hand of a €100,000 bonus and watched it disappear on a single card. And a rule experiment quietly showed up at a major series that could change tournament poker forever. Hey everyone, my name is Oliver, and right now we're breaking down the biggest poker stories of the month. Let's go. We start in Las Vegas at the Poker Go Cup 2026. Philip Covin flew in and, by his own words, had been awake for almost 20 hours by the time he sat down for Event 2, a $5,100 single-day event with 111 entries. What followed was a full marathon at the table. And at the end of it, he was heads up against Jesse Lanis, a 2-time WSOP bracelet winner and one of the sharpest high-stakes pros in the game right now. They negotiated a deal, played it out, and Covin closed it. First place, $124,525. His first ever Poker Go Tour trophy, won sleep-deprived, against a world-class opponent after more than 20 hours at the felt. You genuinely cannot script that. And while that was going down in Vegas, something just as unexpected was happening online. In the opening week of the PokerStars Spring Championship of Online Poker, Neymar hit 3 final tables. He chip-led his flight in the $530 scoop kickoff. He made the final table of a $5,200 super high roller PKO against some of the best players online. He finished third in the $5,200 main event second chance out of 44 entries. This is not a celebrity showing up for a photo. He has been working with coaches for years, and the results are starting to show in real time at real buy-ins against real competition. But if Neymar's story was the feel-good moment of the month, what happened in Dublin was the exact opposite. Krzysztof Grubka reached the final of the €700 European Deep Stack Championship at the Dublin Poker Festival 2026 with a legitimate shot at a €100,000 bonus, one he qualified for through an online satellite. He made it all the way to heads up against Gavin McGrath, who came in with a chip lead of roughly 6-1. Grubka fought back, got his chips in with a live draw on the flop. 10 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 7 of spades. McGrath paired his 7 on the turn, and that was it. Grubka took home €34,860, which in any other context is a serious result. But here it meant walking away €100,000 short of what could have been. One card, one river. The game built him all the way up and took it back in a single moment. Then, over at the Win, a completely different kind of story was unfolding. The Win Millions Championship 2026 drew 694 entries and built a prize pool of over $2.2 million. Joseph Spam came in as one of the shorter stacks at the final table, looked like an early exit was coming, and then found every hand he needed at every moment that mattered. He built into the chip lead, got heads up against Chan Jung, and closed it out when his pocket jacks held. Final prize, $397,319, the biggest win of his career. Coming in short-stacked at the final table of a $2.2 million event and winning the whole thing outright is exactly the kind of story that makes deep stack poker worth watching every single time. Meanwhile, at the MSPT Diamond Poker Championship 2026, Jun Kim was making a statement of his own. The event produced a $3.1 million prize pool. Kim navigated the field with well-timed aggression, took control of roughly 60% of the chips when 4 players remained, turned down an ICM deal from a position of strength, and eventually settled a heads-up arrangement with Carlton Taylor before the final result was confirmed. Top prize, $397,950. Turning down a deal when you're dominating and backing yourself to close it is a move most players talk about, but never actually make when the moment arrives. And then there's the story that on the surface looks like a footnote, but might actually matter the most long-term. The Poker Go Cup 2026 ran a straddle experiment in tournament play. For anyone unfamiliar, a straddle is a voluntary blind bet placed before cards are dealt, typically doubling the big blind and giving the straddler last action pre-flop. It's a standard move in cash games. In tournaments, it's almost never seen. The moment it went live at the Poker Go Cup, table dynamics shifted immediately. More money in the middle before a single card hits the air. everyone forced into decisions earlier, from worse positions, with more at risk. It breaks standard tournament rhythm and makes every pre-flop decision more expensive. Whether this becomes a permanent feature in major events remains to be seen. But the poker world is paying attention, and the experiment showed it works. That was the month. A marathon winner who hadn't slept. A footballer quietly becoming a real poker player. A heartbreaking river at a final table worth 100,000 euros. 2 championship wins built on refusing to go quietly. In a rule experiment that might change how tournaments are structured forever. Drop a comment and tell me which story hit you the hardest. I genuinely want to know. Hit like if you want more of this, and subscribe because next month is already building up to be even bigger.